Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Professor Anime, and welcome back to yet again another Tokyo Ghoul re-episode review. Today we're going to be discussing episode 5 of the Tokyo Ghoul re-anime. So sit back, enjoy. Hopefully you'll enjoy. Maybe not, because there's not a whole lot good to say about this episode, but let's begin. Well, actually, before we actually get into the episode, I should probably state that the announcement that was recently put out last week for Tokyo Ghoul, or earlier this week, I believe, we got announced that apparently, when it comes down to the Tokyo Ghoul re-anime, it has been listed as a 24-episode listing, and it will be split core. So, immediately when I heard this news, I was going to make a video about this, but I just saved it for this review. Might as well just talk about it, you know, as well as talking about the Tokyo Ghoul re-episode. But when I heard this news, I was laughing my ass off about this fact, because I'm like, why, if you're gonna make 24 episodes, split core of Tokyo Ghoul re, that you have to go out of your way to rush the series as it is? If it's going to be at least 12 episodes, you know, I could understand as to why they do it, but, you know, do I agree on the factor of rushing the pacing of a series? No, I don't. But when it came down to 12 episodes, it made sense. But 24 episodes has now been officially confirmed that Tokyo Ghoul re will be having 24 episodes, and with that news, that just it just shows, like, why? Like, I don't understand. Why are you going to make a series, 24 episodes split core, and if that is the factor, why are you rushing the pacing of the series? Like, it boggles my mind. Like I have said before with my other episode reviews of the Tokyo Ghoul re-anime, the studio who is working on Tokyo Ghoul re, Studio Period, is adapting 4, 5, maybe 6 chapters of the manga in one single episode, which is rushing the story of the Tokyo Ghoul re-anime, skipping out on character interactions, world building, and it's just making the overall anime an overall mess for at least manga readers. Anime onlys probably can find some enjoyment from this, but for manga readers, it's a bit frustrating. And if you are going to have 24 episodes, you might as well slow down the pacing to at least 3 episodes, or excuse me, 3 adapted chapters per episode. I mean, I really don't know why we have to rush to the action in this series. Like, there is simply no need. Sure, action's cool, but that's not what Tokyo Ghoul is about. So when it comes down to how many chapters this episode of Tokyo Ghoul adapted, this episode adapted around 5 to 6 chapters of the manga. Not only that, but the order of the events that were playing out throughout this episode were pretty different when it comes down to the manga. I mean, the manga did adapt what needed to be adapted for the most part, but there were still inconsistencies in which certain events were, you know, taking place before other events when it comes down, at least to the manga. You know, when it comes down to the auction raid arc, we have many different perspectives of individuals in which shit is literally going down in the auction raid arc. So, I mean, I can understand as to why they would direct it in that order rather than the order than in the manga, but there was still quite a few things that were left out from the manga. And with 5 to 6 chapters of the manga adapted in this one singular episode, you can definitely tell that this episode was in fact rushed in terms of what was going on, just like how the other episodes of the Tokyo Ghoul re-anime have been. Anime onlys probably won't notice the difference, but I noticed the difference as a manga reader. And let's just really talk about the Takizawa bit, because, you know, when we saw him by the conclusion of episode 4 of the Tokyo Ghoul re-anime, honestly, that's what got me really hyped, you know, to see Takizawa finally being animated. And once we see him in episode 5 of the Tokyo Ghoul re, every time Takizawa appears in Tokyo Ghoul re, I just get, like, really ecstatic, because he's an awesome character, especially when it comes down to his, you know, ghoul personality and just who he has become in the verse, you know. But anyways, regarding Takizawa, within this episode of Tokyo Ghoul re, we see how of a, you know, dangerous threat
he is. But I gotta say this right now. The anime watered down his character quite a bit. There was a lot of censoring that went into this episode. It showed a decent amount of violence, but it was still censored. But again, this is something that we really did expect when it comes down to the Tokyo Ghoul reanime, because like Season 1 and in Season 2 of, well, let's forget about Season 2 of Tokyo Ghoul, but when it comes down to Season 1 of Tokyo Ghoul, it also shared its fair bit of censorship as well. So when it comes down to the Takizawa bits in the episode, I did enjoy them. I did think they were cool, but at the same time, it was a bit watered down compared to the manga. But that is something that honestly was, again, expected out of this series. You know, I knew they were going to skip over this from the get-go, but it was just, I don't know. Like, I'm trying my best to enjoy this series, guys, you know, because honestly, at this point, I'm just trying to enjoy the anime for what it is, but I guess because of the fault of me being a manga reader, I just simply have a lot of frustrations with what they do in the anime. Oh, man, because this series would just be so much better if the pacing was just not rushed, and if they didn't make this series a shonen series. Tokyo Ghoul is a seinen series. It is action-packed, yes, but there is so much to Tokyo Ghoul, more than that, than just simply, you know, ghouls attacking each other, or humans attacking ghouls. You know, it's so much more than that, and I just really hate on how they're skipping over the, you know, world building and interactions with certain characters, you know, because, like for example, Mitsuki in the anime is just, like, kind of there. I mean, she doesn't really have an overall personality in terms of what is shown in, you know, the anime. But in the manga, Mitsuki is a very, very interesting character, and they're just skipping over, you know, several characteristics of the, you know, characters within this series, and I'm just like, you know, some of this stuff we need to know for future events later down the line of Tokyo Ghoul Re, because if you just throw it out there, it's not going to make any sense to the viewer. Anime only is probably, again, will just be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool, but manga readers, you know, they're just going to be like, why the fuck are you doing this? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. This probably turned into a slight rant rather than a review, but yeah, I don't know. It's just, I'm going to end it off here. I'm just so frustrated right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, what you guys thought about this episode of Tokyo Ghoul Re. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? I enjoyed several bits, but at the same time, I had a lot of frustrations with the episode, and there's really not a whole lot that I can really say for good about, you know, when it comes down to this episode. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. I'm probably going to get dislikes. Dislike it if you enjoy, or if you didn't enjoy it. But with that said, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.